Hey, Hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Let's review some scores for Wednesday hockey, and then we'll make some picks for Thursday. There's 4 games on the slate for Thursday, and we had our couple teams here finish off their regular season. Finally, Vancouver and Calgary on Wednesday. Day 5 of the playoffs. Vancouver and Calgary was an early afternoon game. Calgary won the game 6-2. So I finished off just doing the math on my picks and my best bet. My best bet, I hit 59% since I started doing these videos again. And then on my overall picks, I was 56.7%. So not terrible, but I'd like to have it a little higher than that. And hopefully over the playoffs, we can do that. Now let's review some playoff scores. Washington and Boston, that game went into a second overtime period where Smith finally scored the winner for Boston, and Boston won that game 3-2. We got that one wrong. Carolina all over Nashville 3-0, blanked them. We got that one right. Then Winnipeg 4-1 over Edmonton, another one we got right. And then Colorado, St. Louis, wow, what an exciting game. Third period, lots of goals, and it looked like it was going back and forth, and then Colorado just kind of ran over them. McKinnon with a hat trick, first one in the playoffs. 6-3 for Colorado. We got that one right. That was good. Best bet was Winnipeg. That record's strong right now, 4-1 for the playoffs. Overall picks were 3-1, so that record goes to 8-6. And then on the parlay, Washington did not hit, but we did get Carolina and Winnipeg. So it wasn't terrible money-wise, and with Winnipeg there, that was awesome. So now we'll get on to Thursday, and we'll see if we can keep the best bet going and do some other picks that make some money. Florida and Tampa. Tampa up a couple games, and now playing at Tampa, playing at home. Vasilevsky listed to be in net for Tampa. Florida, I think Bobrovsky will be in net. I mean, the first game they played Bobrovsky, the second game they played Drieger. I think Bobrovsky will be back in net here. I mean, there's a chance he'll play Drieger again. He played well as far as I thought anyway. This Discover Central, the Lightning have taken this 2-game lead. They won 5-4 on Sunday and Tuesday 3-1. Game 2, I thought, was more of a balanced game with the Panthers out shooting the Lightning 33-29, but the Lightning did out hit Florida 42-37. And Vasilevsky looks like almost a different goalie now that the playoffs have started. He's just doing really well. I think Florida's been in every game, though. Both games that they've lost, I think they've been in it. And I think if the puck bounced a little different and maybe if a couple calls went a little different, I think things could have ended differently, and they might not be down a couple games here. And I don't think they're out of it yet. I know a lot of people are writing Florida off, but just because they're going back to Tampa now, they, in their division, they had the best road record out of every team in their division. So the fact that they're going into Tampa, it's shitty, but I think they can still make this a series, and I think that they're going to win here on Thursday night. That's going to be my pick. I'm going to go Florida to beat Tampa. First pick. Next, Pittsburgh against the New York Islanders. This series is all knotted up. They've each got a game. Varlamov is listed to be in net for the Islanders, and Pittsburgh's got Jari listed in this Mass Mutual East Division. Another 4-3 overtime win for the Islanders on Sunday, and then Pittsburgh squared things up on Tuesday when they won that game 2-1. And now we go to New York for game 3. Penguins, they came in strong on game 2. They got a couple goals in the first period, and then they hung on to that, and they won the game. The Islanders tried to come back and got a goal, but it wasn't enough. There was lots of shots in that game, 45-38 in favor of Pittsburgh, but, Islanders out-hit Pittsburgh 46-37. Jari had himself a night. I mean, he was lights out. But I like the fact that the Islanders split that first 2-game little series in Pittsburgh. Coming back to New York with one win, I think that's a pretty good spot to be in. And I think the Islanders are a different beast at home. And I know some will say that Pittsburgh is a different beast at home as well. But Islanders got to win, which is great. So now I'm going to look to the Islanders to win at home. Islanders is going to be my second pick to win game 3 of that series. Now we go to the Scotia North matchup, and it's the first game in this series. It's Montreal against Toronto. Toronto is, when they finished off their regular season, they were 7-1-2, and they had a 1-game losing streak. Jack Campbell has been confirmed to be in net for Toronto. Montreal was 4-4-2 with 2 overtime decisions where they finished off their regular season. Carey Price is listed to be back in net here for Montreal. They ended this series in 4th with 59 points in the Scotia North. Toronto They were in first with 77 points. The Canadiens ended their regular season play against Edmonton on May 12th when the Oilers won that game 4-3 in overtime. The Leafs finished their regular season play when they played a game against Winnipeg, and the Jets won that game 4-2. So they both lost their last game of the season. Not that that really means anything. And the Canadiens, they definitely had a rough ending to the regular season. They got beat up. They had some really important players get hurt. They barely squeezed in there. I mean, as far as, fourth position, they were the lowest points, I think, with 59 points out of any division. Now they've got a lot of bodies coming back. And the fact that Price is back in net for Montreal, Gallagher should be back in the lineup, those are all big pluses. I don't think Montreal is going to win this series. I really don't. But do I think that they have a chance to maybe sneak away and get this first game? That Toronto might not take them seriously enough? Yeah, I think maybe. I think maybe they can. I think Price might stand on his head being back in net. Gallagher might come out there. He's a big voice for this team. I think they could sneak in a win. I'm going to go visiting team here. I'm going to go Montreal to beat Toronto. I think Toronto will win this series, but I think Montreal might sneak a game here. It's going to be my pick. Last game, we got Vegas against Minnesota. Another series that's all knotted up. Talbot listed to be a net for the Wild. For the Knights, you got Marc-Andre Fleury. In the Honda West Division, Sunday, Minnesota won 1-0 in overtime, and then Tuesday, Vegas even this series, winning 3-1. Tuesday's game was another physical game. Vegas out-hit Minnesota 63-46. That's a physical game. Minnesota outshot Vegas 35-28. Wild played a strong game on Tuesday, and I feel they had prime scoring chances. Fleury was just in his zone. Like some of these goalies, I mean, at this level, they get in that zone, and they're just hard to find the twine. It's just the way it is. All top three teams in this division have strong home records. Minnesota's no different. And I think having the crowds back and the crowds, they're increasing capacity. I think players are going to like that. Pacioretty should be back in the lineup for Vegas here. It's still a question mark, game time decision, I believe. And if they're going to beat Minnesota, I think they're going to need him. But I think the Wild win this game. They looked really strong in that last game. They've played both games really strong. And I think being back in Minnesota, I see them winning. It's going to be my pick. I'm going to go Minnesota to beat Vegas. I'm going to go Montreal to beat Toronto. I know that's a big upset. I'm going to go the Islanders to beat Pittsburgh. And then I'm going to go Florida to beat Tampa. For my best bet, I haven't even written it down because I've been kind of tossing and turning about it, but I think I got to go the Islanders. I'm going to go the Islanders for my best bet. Hopefully get it to 5-1, which would be great. And then I'm going to do two parlays. I'm going to do 1 2-game parlay where I'm going to go Florida money line, and I'm going to go the Islanders money line. 2.25 for Florida money line, and 1.86 gives me a 4.20 ratio for my parlay. I'm going to hit that. And then I'm going to do a 3-gamer, and it's more for fun, but I'm going to, because it would pay big. I'm going to go Minnesota money line at 1.95. I'm going to go Montreal money line 2.75, and I'm going to go the Islanders puck line minus 1.5 at 3.15. That would total 16.91 for that parlay. So that's great. If they both hit, that would really make my Thursday a happy Thursday. Hope everyone's enjoying the playoffs. It's intense. Refs are letting a lot of shit go. I think there's been some calls in that Tampa, Florida game, which I think are questionable, but in both games actually that they've played, but we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Good luck with your picks. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.